It's been 5 days since the huge information broke around the SEC appealing. Judge Torres is rolling inside the Ripple case, and it has been very, very interesting since. And the motive why I say that is due to all of the large bulletins going on around this. It seems as though the CC opened the can of worms that they failed to really want to open, and now we are starting to see giant updates around this. Welcome to the channel, all people. My call is Nick for the ones which might be new to the channel. Hopefully, with the aid of the give up of this video, you do grow to be a subscriber. Let's start out actual short with the overall market. So it has been 5 days in XRP, did to begin with sell-off proper now. Most of the market is kind of bouncing a bit, but XRP has lots to do before we get back to the factor where we had been buying and selling it before this appeal did hit the coolest news, is that Bitcoin has been starting to have a little bit of a nice flow inside the market. I lately simply up to date all people inside the Discord, giving them my weekly breakdown of Bitcoin maximum of the marketplace, and wherein we can clearly form of assumed matters to go to this point. We are in a nice uptrend due to the fact that we sold off lower back inside the beginning of October, aka October 2nd. But beyond that, most of the antique coin marketplace is leaping these days. I suggest a variety of meme coins are obviously leaping. However, there is also some legitimate initiatives accessible that do have, sturdy use cases behind them, which can be additionally jumping a touch bit. And I've usually stated most of those greater maximum of these antique coins on this marketplace when they do begin to have a few superb swings at the each day chart. Typically, that is only a bounce back off of the lows, as you men can even see here on the subject of the graph. But past this, let's in reality talk approximately the large news. I want to break the video real quick to can help you guys realize that I have officially partnered up with Bybit, the 0.33 biggest crypto trade available, to provide you men-specific rewards and advantages when signing up with my link down within the description underneath. There's over $30,000 plus worth of welcome rewards that could be yours proper now. All you need to do is sign up, exchange, and utilize the change. This is one of the satisfactory exchanges obtainable. 24/7 big quantities of trading extent in a 24-hour duration. They have get admission to pretty plenty any market that you could think of around crypto. So what are you men watching for? Go and sign up utilizing my hyperlink down within the description underneath and have an awesome time buying and selling. So we did get the attraction wherein anybody began to be outraged. We noticed a few remarks from Stuart Aderati from Brad Garlinghouse. Obviously, anyone from the Ripple team virtually sort of started to touch upon this. But then additionally, we got from the Claywood Coinbase Paul Grohl, if the law is as clear because the STC Gov constantly claims, why ask an appellate court to clarify matters? But okay. Let's have Second Circuit verify once and for all that token trades on secondary markets are not investment contracts. Now, past this proper, we cross over right here. We have the SEC is creating a big unforced errors. They are going to get their ass certainly passed to them right here, mainly due to their contradicting arguments, and the Second Circuit is going to set up a sturdy precedent. And yeah, that is the aspect proper. When we clearly look at what's taking place here, if we've got the Second Circuit move towards them, it is massive. But in the event that they go and agree with the SEC, that may be a very huge problem. In my opinion, with everything that is taking place right now around the space, particularly even beyond what the SEC has been saying, whilst we have a look at just like the CFTC, we look at Congress, we study what has been occurring around quite a few of these cases within crypto as nicely. It feels as although that the Second One Circuit is going to disagree with them and go against them, which is going to be excellent. Now, if this does occur, count on some very big fireworks going on around a variety of these cases, and I do anticipate that factor, the Ripple case, to be resolved because there may be no important argument in any respect coming from the SEC side after that. But also breaking information, CC executive who signed off at the Ripple case attraction is now facing a bar grievance. I placed this submit out. This is concerning the crypto basic. You seriously cannot make these things up. The international across the SEC is crumbling, and soon anybody will realize how massive of a circus display this employer truly is. Now, if we surely open this up, this is from the crypto basic. And here we've got the individual, the enforcement chief for crypto belongings and cyber unit is now facing a bar grievance after signing off the attraction in opposition to Ripple and its founders. The SEC's leader enforcer should face termination from the bar after a misconduct complaint became filed in opposition to him. And yeah, I imply this is surely very, very interesting due to the fact there has been loads of strain placed on the SEC. Okay, and I've been speaking about this openly for a while now. A lot of different regulatory bodies have been speaking out in opposition to the SEC. Congress has been very vocal, obviously without zero purpose, of course. But you already know for the maximum element, the SEC has had a ton of stress on their shoulders, but we additionally have right here that drastically. De Niro become additionally concerned in numerous other cases concerning crypto projects, along with proceedings against Depbox and also Veritasium. I wish that man I'm saying that efficaciously. On October 4th, holders of their native token, started out filing a bar criticism against the SEC's leader enforcer. For context, a bar complaint is a civil accusation filed against a legal professional. Now, If the bar deems the grievances suit, case is dealt with via the felony practitioner may be reviewed and the attorney will face debarment if the affiliation reveals any misconduct. So that is truly very interesting. I wonder what the repercussions would be whilst we really form of consider this, and if he does get debarred, due to the fact, if that is the case, how will this enchantment appearance? But beyond that, if we go over right here, we've Ceci's enchantment is already backfiring. It will be amusing to look at. And here we have Coinbase cites the SEC Gov's Ripple appeal in a new letter to induce Judge Fieler to grant its own request for interlocutory appeal. Coinbase notes that the SEC's enchantment underscores the ambiguity surrounding the Howey test software to secondary market sales, further emphasizing the want for a court to clarify at a higher level. Interlocutory appeals are hardly ever granted, but as Metal Lawman factors out, the Ripple enchantment strengthens Coinbase's argument for it. And yeah, once more. As we in reality consider what the SEC is doing right here, nearly each single selection that they make on different instances strengthens cases like Coinbase's as an instance, which is why, whilst we observe their contradicting statements, it shows you simply how ridiculous the CC's argument around how the roles are clear, there may be transparency already. It definitely type of contradicts it. There's no clarity, there's no transparency around those markets. There's no regulations to go off of. We want a very different organization. And I've talked about this on multiple occasions already. The SEC isn't enough, and the SEC has been doing a terrible activity ever in view that their first primary circulate against this sector. So as we absolutely type of consider this, what is subsequent? Well, we virtually may be watching the Coinbase side of factors very carefully, but for my part, I am watching to look what takes place around this attraction with the Ripple case, because if the Second Circuit does believe the SEC, it could be negative for the complete industry, but if they pass against the SEC, their argument gets thrown out the door, and it way that this situation is essentially over due to the fact what argument does the SEC have after that. Not anything now constructing upon this bet what. Just in Robinhood's leader felony officer to replace Gensler as CC chair below Trump, speculation rises that Dan Gallagher should take over as CC chair if Trump wins, doubtlessly bringing a seasoned crypto shift in law. Now, this is very thrilling, and why? Well, due to the fact if we consider the timeline right here, irrespective of the appeal with the Ripple case, regardless of you already know the Ripple case itself, ever in view that Ripple did get centered, it feels as though the whole thing has been aligning flawlessly for Ripple to basically take over as soon as rules are in area. And this is any other thing to consciousness on right here, because we've lower back in 2023, Ripple joined inside the BCCPMI group. After that, we saw a couple of expansions with XRP. Beyond that, in 2024, what we were witnessing is institutional and DeFi being a focal point, then the stablecoin. Now, the Ripple stablecoin is basically weeks away on the equal exact time that we get this. Robinhood's Chloe may want to update Gensler as SEC chair under Trump. Why is this important for Ripple? Well, keep in mind that Robinhood received Bitstamp to extend worldwide crypto reach lower back in June. And additionally, here we've got huge news. Bitstamp in collaboration with Ripple will release their personal digital derivatives change constructed completely on the XRP